This particular location was an area where we recognized that there were a lot of customers who were not being served. We do have a couple other locations nearby in Baldwin and Carnegie that many of our customers shop at, but this really filled a void in this particular neighborhood to be able to get more of our customers our everyday low prices.
Aldi gets a lot right. The pricing model is honest. The quality-to-value ratio across most of its product range is genuinely difficult to match anywhere else in grocery retail. But not everything at Aldi is worth putting in your cart. There are products on those shelves that former employees quietly avoid for their own families. Aldi will not tell you which ones they are, but we spoke with current and former Aldi employees across multiple regions and multiple years of service. What came back was a list of items and categories that employees know about, discuss among themselves, and steer their own family members away from, while saying nothing to the customers who put them in carts every single week. Until now. Let's get started. 12. Certain frozen diet and lean meal entrees. The frozen meal section carries diet-branded entrees that market themselves with familiar, healthy eating language. Low calorie counts. Lean protein claims. Portion-controlled servings. The packaging communicates responsible eating in the visual shorthand that decades of diet culture have made immediately legible to health-conscious seniors. Former employees who read the actual ingredient lists describe a significant gap between the health marketing on the front of the package and the nutritional reality disclosed on the back. Sodium levels are the primary concern. Portion-controlled frozen meals use sodium to preserve flavor in reduced-calorie formulations that would otherwise taste flat. The result is a product delivering the low calorie count the front label advertises while delivering a sodium load approaching or exceeding half the daily recommended limit for seniors managing cardiovascular health in a single small serving. Ingredient list complexity is the second concern. Stabilizers, emulsifiers, flavor enhancers, and preservative systems that maintain texture and palatability over shelf life are present in combinations that exceed what most seniors would accept in a home-prepared meal. The processing required to make a 300-calorie frozen meal taste satisfying produces an additive load that the calorie count on the front label does not begin to reflect. Former employees described these items among the highest return products in the frozen section under the twice-as-nice guarantee. One said, "I never bought those frozen diet meals for myself or my family. I had read the sodium content. I knew what the numbers meant for cardiovascular health. I just never felt it was my place to say something to customers, assuming they were making the healthy choice." Read the back of the package. The front is marketing. The back is the truth. That was the freezer section. What is coming at number 11 involves a product in the fresh case that generates more quality complaints from seniors than almost anything else in the store, for a reason that has nothing to do with sourcing and everything to do with what happens between supplier and shelf. 11. Prepackaged deli meats. Prepackaged deli meats attract seniors looking for convenient, affordable protein requiring no preparation. The price is competitive. The selection covers standard categories. The packaging looks comparable to conventional grocery store deli offerings. Former employees who worked the fresh food section described deli meat as one of the categories where the gap between what the product could be and what it consistently is at Aldi is most pronounced, driven not by sourcing quality but by turnover dynamics affecting freshness at the point of purchase. The core issue is sell-by-date management in a category with genuinely narrow freshness windows. Modified atmosphere packaging extends shelf life while creating a visual freshness signal that can persist after flavor and texture quality has already degraded. Inconsistent product rotation driven by Aldi's lean staffing model means that a fully stocked but inadequately rotated deli meat section can harbor product approaching the end of its quality window without any visible indication. The sodium content is the second concern. Cured and preserved deli meats are inherently high sodium across every brand and retailer. Aldi's store brand deli meat options carry sodium levels that former employees who check them against recommended daily limits for seniors describe as significant enough to warrant specific attention from any older adult managing blood pressure or cardiovascular conditions. One former employee said, "I checked the sodium on those deli meats out of curiosity one slow shift. I called my mother that evening and told her to put back the ones she had been buying every week. She had no idea what the numbers meant for her heart medication. Check the sell-by date carefully. Read the sodium content honestly. Consider whether fresh protein alternatives in the Aldi meat case serve senior nutritional needs more effectively. The fresh case holds concerns worth knowing. What is coming at number 10 shifts to a product category that most seniors purchase with straightforward budget intentions, and that Aldi handles inconsistently enough that former employees have strong personal opinions about which items within it deserve trust and which ones do not. 10. Certain canned goods. With inconsistent sodium levels. Canned goods form the backbone of Aldi's pantry staple value proposition. Canned tomatoes, beans, and plain vegetables generally deliver competitive quality at genuinely competitive prices. But within the broader canned goods category, former employees identify specific subcategories where quality consistency breaks down in ways seniors need to know. Canned soups and prepared canned meals are the subcategory generating the most consistent employee concern. A single can of Aldi store brand chicken noodle or tomato soup can deliver between 800 and 1200 milligrams of sodium, representing between half and 80% of the daily sodium limit recommended for seniors with cardiovascular concerns. For an older adult using canned soup as a regular meal component several times weekly, the cumulative sodium load from this seemingly benign pantry staple can represent a meaningful and completely invisible contribution to the burden their physician is managing. Former employees offer specific guidance. Canned tomatoes, plain beans, and plain vegetables at Aldi are among the best value products in the store. Canned soups and prepared canned meals deserve sodium label scrutiny before becoming regular purchases for seniors with cardiovascular health considerations. The category is not uniformly trustworthy, and the distinction between its excellent and concerning subcategories is something Aldi has never had reason to communicate directly. From canned goods to something fresher. Number 9 reveals a product that arrives at Aldi with sound intentions, but that former employees describe as the most temperature-sensitive item in the entire store. 9. Fresh poultry. During peak traffic. Periods. Fresh poultry is the most temperature-sensitive protein in any grocery store's fresh case. Aldi's fresh poultry sourcing is generally sound. The Never Any line, covering chicken raised without antibiotics and added hormones, represents a genuinely good production standard at an honest price. The quality concerns former employees raise are not sourcing concerns. They are handling and temperature management concerns arising specifically during peak traffic periods when operational demands create windows of reduced monitoring in the fresh case. Former employees who worked fresh food roles describe the poultry section as the area they were most personally vigilant about during high-traffic shifts, because the temperature window between safe and unsafe for raw chicken is narrow enough that periods of reduced case monitoring carry real food safety implications. The concern for seniors is specific. Older adults are among the population's most vulnerable to Campylobacter and Salmonella, the two pathogens most commonly associated with fresh poultry that experience temperature abuse during retail handling. For seniors whose immune function is compromised by age, a foodborne illness event from improperly handled fresh chicken can escalate to hospitalization at rates that younger adults rarely experience. One former employee said, "I never bought the fresh chicken on a Saturday afternoon. Midweek morning, I trusted it completely. That distinction mattered enough that I made sure my own family shopped accordingly." Shop fresh poultry midweek during off-peak hours. Prioritize packages from the back of the case. The sourcing is sound. The timing of your purchase is what protects you. The fresh case has risks worth knowing. What is coming at number 8 is a non-food category that former employees describe as the finds item, most likely to generate post-purchase regret among seniors who bought it based on shelf presentation, without examining what quality at that price point actually delivers long-term. 8. Low-priced electronic accessories and cables. The Aldi Finds section introduces electronic accessories including charging cables, earbuds, and portable speakers at prices making them appear extraordinary value compared to electronics retailers. Former employees who examined these products and followed up with customers who returned them describe a quality gap between appearance and performance that is more pronounced here than almost anywhere else in the Finds section. Charging cables generate the most consistent return behavior and genuine employee concern for seniors. Cable quality at this price point is difficult to evaluate from visual inspection. The external appearance is a poor predictor of internal wire gauge, connector contact quality, and voltage regulation consistency that determine whether a cable charges devices safely and durably over time. Former employees describe cables failing within weeks to months of regular use, developing internal wire breaks at stress points near connectors, and delivering inconsistent charging behavior that is difficult for seniors to diagnose without technical experience. Earbuds and portable speakers generate similar feedback. Initial audio quality is frequently acceptable. Build quality of buttons, hinges, and connection points deteriorates faster than equivalent products from established brands, and the sound degradation accompanying this physical deterioration appears within a time frame significantly shorter than a senior purchasing for regular use would expect. The twice-as-nice guarantee does not apply to finds items that perform adequately but below expectation over time, and the return window for electronic items developing quality issues over months of use has typically closed before the problem becomes apparent. When electronic accessories appear in the finds section, compare specifications and read available reviews before purchasing. Heavier physical weight generally indicates better build quality. When in doubt, the non-motorized kitchen items from the same finds rotation will serve seniors more reliably. That was a finds section warning worth knowing. What is coming at number 7 is a food product that most seniors associate with straightforward nutrition, and that Aldi handles with enough inconsistency that former employees have specific and strong opinions about which versions to choose and which to avoid entirely. 7. Flavored yogurt products with high added sugar. Yogurt is one of the most nutritionally valuable products in the Aldi dairy case when chosen correctly. Plain Greek yogurt delivers high-quality complete protein, beneficial probiotic cultures, calcium, and vitamin D at a price making daily consumption affordable on any budget. The flavored yogurt products sitting alongside the plain options are a different story. Former employees who examined the nutritional panels describe a sugar content that transforms what looks like a healthy dairy snack into something nutritionally closer to dessert than a protein and probiotic source. Individual flavored yogurt cups in Aldi's dairy case can contain between 15 and 25 grams of added sugar per serving, approaching the sugar content of a standard candy bar in a product most seniors purchase as a health-conscious choice. The protein content is lower than plain Greek yogurt because flavoring and sweetening dilutes the protein concentration that makes plain Greek yogurt nutritionally exceptional. For seniors managing blood sugar, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, flavored yogurt consumed multiple times weekly as a perceived health food can contribute to blood sugar dysregulation that their dietary choices are supposed to be managing. The guidance from former employees is unambiguous. Buy the plain Greek yogurt without hesitation. It is one of the best value nutritional products in the store. Add your own fresh or frozen fruit to create flavored versions delivering genuine sweetness with a fraction of the added sugar and with fiber that slows absorption. Before we continue, if these warnings are making you look at your regular Aldi purchases differently, hit that like button right now and subscribe. 6. Certain imported seafood products. The frozen seafood section contains some of the best value protein available anywhere in grocery retail. The Argentine red shrimp that former employees universally praise. The wild-caught salmon portions delivering genuine omega-3 benefit at an affordable price. These products former employees endorse without reservation. Within the broader frozen seafood range, former employees identify a subcategory of imported farmed seafood where sourcing transparency and production standard consistency are less reliably present. Imported farmed shrimp from certain production regions, breaded fish products whose base protein sourcing is less specifically identified on packaging, and seafood blend products reflecting cost optimization rather than quality curation are the items generating the most qualified employee assessments. The concern is not acute food safety. These products meet import standards and are legal for sale. The concern is the production standard gap between wild-caught or domestically regulated farmed seafood and imported farmed seafood from regions where antibiotic use in aquaculture is less strictly regulated and where feed composition standards differ from domestic equivalents. For seniors for whom seafood is a primary omega-3 and protein source, The distinction between Aldi's best seafood products and its least transparent ones matters nutritionally. Wild-caught salmon and Argentine red shrimp deliver the omega-3 content and clean nutritional profile that makes seafood a senior health priority. Breaded fish products and imported farmed shrimp blends deliver protein at a price but with a nutritional context that is meaningfully different. Former employees describe the guidance simply: buy products whose sourcing is specifically identified as wild-caught or whose production standard is certified. Be more cautious about products whose packaging is vague about origin and production method. The label tells you more than you might think. From the freezer case to something entirely different. Number 5 is a product category that most seniors purchase, expecting Aldi's quality curation applies with the same rigor it applies everywhere else. Former employees say the expectation is not always met. 5. Seasonal baked goods and holiday specialty items. Aldi's standard bakery items, the fresh sourdough, the multi-grain loaves, and the everyday bread options are products former employees generally endorse without qualification. Consistent quality, reliable freshness, genuine value against conventional grocery store equivalents. The seasonal baked goods and holiday specialty items appearing in the finds and seasonal rotation are a different category. Former employees who tracked return rates on these products describe them generating significantly more disappointment per unit sold than the standard bakery range. The issue is the gap between presentation quality at the shelf level and eating quality once opened at home. Holiday cakes, specialty cookies, and festive baked items are packaged with visual appeal communicating premium quality in ways the product does not always fulfill in taste and texture. Ingredient quality in seasonal baked items tends toward the cost-optimized end of what Aldi's specifications permit, using palm oil, artificial flavors, and high-fructose corn syrup in formulations that the visual presentation does not signal clearly. For seniors purchasing holiday specialty baked goods as gifts or contributions to family gatherings, the reputational stakes of bringing a disappointing product are higher than the dollar stakes of the purchase itself. Former employees consistently recommend reading the ingredient list before purchasing seasonal items and treating unfamiliar, seasonal baked goods as candidates for a trial purchase under the twice-as-nice guarantee, before committing to buying them in quantity for gifting purposes. The standard bakery is trustworthy. The seasonal specialty range deserves a more careful eye. Number 4 is the product generating the most polarized employee opinions of anything on this list. Let's find out. 4. Store brand cooking oils, beyond olive oil. Aldi's extra virgin olive oil is a product former employees and independent testers consistently endorse. The sourcing is transparent, the certification verifiable, and the quality delivers on the cardiovascular and culinary benefits that make extra virgin olive oil the recommended primary cooking fat for seniors. The store brand cooking oils beyond olive oil, specifically vegetable oil blends, canola oil, and cooking spray products, occupy a category where former employees describe significantly more variability in quality and considerably less sourcing transparency than the olive oil line provides. The primary concern is the omega-6 fatty acid load that refined vegetable and canola oil products deliver relative to their omega-3 content. The ratio matters significantly for the inflammatory balance that senior health researchers consistently identify as a central variable in chronic disease risk. The refining processes that produce these oils eliminate the minor antioxidant benefits that unrefined oils carry, producing a product that former employees who are nutritionally informed describe as the least trustworthy cooking fat in the Aldi lineup. Cooking spray products generate specific concern around propellant and emulsifier additives that aerosol cooking sprays require to function. Lecithin and other emulsifying agents present in cooking sprays accumulate on cookware surfaces affecting non-stick performance over time and introduce additive compounds into the cooking process that plain oil does not. Former employees consistently recommend using Aldi's extra virgin olive oil as the primary cooking fat, using butter for applications where flavor demands it, and treating vegetable oil and cooking spray products as the least nutritionally validated options in the cooking fat category. The olive oil is excellent, The rest deserves more scrutiny than the Aldi brand association typically prompts. 3 items remaining. Number 3 is the product that former employees most consistently and most personally steer their own family members away from. 3. Certain Aldi Fine Small Kitchen Appliances. The Aldi Fine's kitchen appliance rotation delivers some of the most genuinely extraordinary value in the store when the sourcing is right. The air fryer with rotisserie function, the cast iron cookware competing with products at multiples of its price, the stand mixer that stops customers at the shelf because the price and product seem incompatible. These are the appliance finds that deserve their reputation. Within the kitchen appliance rotation, former employees identify a consistent pattern of lower build quality items carrying similar finds positioning and price points without delivering comparable longevity or performance. Small appliances generating the most consistent post-purchase disappointment include certain electric can opener models, lower-priced hand mixer variants, and specific toaster and small cooking appliance options whose build quality does not sustain regular use over the medium to long term. A senior purchasing a kitchen appliance reasonably expects. The failure patterns former employees describe are consistent. Plastic components showing stress fractures earlier than expected under normal use. Motor performance degrading noticeably within the first several months of regular operation. Control mechanisms developing reliability issues faster than apparent build quality would predict. The challenge for seniors is that visual assessment of a Fine's kitchen appliance at the shelf level does not reliably distinguish genuinely durable items from ones whose build quality will reveal itself as inadequate over time. Both look comparable in the box. The difference only becomes apparent after weeks or months of use, by which point the return window and the Fine's rotation that produced the item are both long closed. Former employees recommend a specific evaluative approach. Heavier physical weight is generally a positive indicator of build quality in kitchen appliances, reflecting more substantial motor components and more durable housing materials. Items feeling surprisingly light for their apparent size are more likely to reveal build quality limitations under sustained use. When in doubt, choose the cast iron, bakeware, and manual kitchen tools from the Finds section over small motorized appliances at the lower price range. 2 items remaining. Number 2 is the product that nutritionists working with senior populations most urgently wish was not positioned so prominently as a health-adjacent purchase, because its nutritional profile is significantly more complicated than its shelf positioning implies. 2. Protein and nutrition bars. Protein bars occupy a specific and valuable marketing position in the minds of health-conscious seniors. Convenient protein delivery. Easy nutrition. The functional food bridging the gap between a full meal and the nutritional adequacy an aging body requires. Aldi's protein and nutrition bar options deliver on some of those promises and significantly underperform on others in a pattern former employees who examined the labels describe as consistent enough to warrant specific guidance. The protein content claims are generally accurate. The protein is there in the declared amounts. What the front label does not communicate with equivalent clarity is the sugar content, the sugar alcohol content, the artificial sweetener load, and the processed protein source quality filling out the nutritional profile behind the protein number. Sugar alcohols used in reduced sugar protein bar formulations cause digestive discomfort in many adults at the quantities present in a single bar. For seniors whose digestive systems are more sensitive to these compounds, the gastrointestinal effects of regular protein bar consumption can represent a genuine quality of life impact. The front label marketing does not prepare them for. The protein sources used in budget-tier protein bars, including certain hydrolyzed collagen blends and soy protein isolate formulations, deliver amino acid profiles that are less complete and less bioavailable than the whole food protein sources that Aldi's regular grocery range provides at comparable or lower cost per gram of usable protein. Former employees who are nutritionally informed describe Aldi protein bars as products they would recommend for occasional convenience use, but not as primary protein sources for seniors using them as meal supplements, under the impression that protein content alone justifies their nutritional role. Eat the Greek yogurt. Eat the eggs. Eat the canned salmon. Use the protein bars for genuinely inconvenient moments when those options are inaccessible, not as a regular dietary strategy their marketing makes them appear to deserve. And now number 1. The product that former employees describe most consistently and most urgently as the item they wish every senior would think twice about before adding to their cart. 1. Heavily processed snack foods, positioned as better-for-you alternatives. There is a specific shelf area in every Aldi store where the product design language shifts from straightforward plain packaging into something more sophisticated. More natural-looking colors. Words like ancient grain, multigrain, baked not fried, reduced fat, and made with real fruit. Products occupying the visual middle ground between the junk food aisle and the health food section, positioned to attract seniors making a genuine effort to snack more thoughtfully without the premium price that dedicated health food products command elsewhere. Former employees who read the ingredient lists on these products, with the same scrutiny they applied to the flavored yogurts and the protein bars, describe a pattern that nutritionists working with senior populations confirm independently. The better-for-you positioning reflects marketing decisions, not nutritional ones. The gap between what the packaging implies and what the ingredient list discloses is wider here than in almost any other category in the store. Multigrain crackers and chips, whose first ingredient is refined white flour. Baked snack products whose fat content from palm oil or intraesterified fats is comparable to their fried counterparts. Fruit and grain bars whose actual fruit content is a minor ingredient listed well below the sugar and refined grain components, constituting the majority of the product. Reduced fat versions of snack products whose sodium content was increased to compensate for the flavor reduction that fat removal produces. For seniors making genuine dietary efforts by choosing these products over more obviously processed alternatives, the nutritional reality that former employees describe is genuinely discouraging. The effort is real. The nutritional benefit delivered is not commensurate with that effort. And the Aldi price enabling consumption at high frequencies compounds the issue because the product's nutritional profiles do not support the role seniors are assigning them in their diets. Former employees who are personally health conscious describe these products as the ones they find most difficult to dismiss at the shelf level because the marketing is sophisticated enough to trigger the same positive response in themselves that it triggers in the seniors they observe purchasing them, even when they know what the ingredient list says. One former employee said, "I knew what was in those products. I had read every label in that section during slow shifts. But every time I saw the packaging, my first instinct was still that they looked like the healthy choice." That is how well the marketing works. That is exactly why I think seniors deserve to know that the instinct is being manufactured. The packaging is communicating a nutritional story that the ingredient list does not support. The gap between those two things is what former employees most urgently want seniors to know before the next cart is loaded and the next checkout is processed. Shop Aldi with the same information its own employees use for their own families. The store is better for the seniors who know what to reach for and what to leave on the shelf. If this list changed what goes into your cart on your next Aldi visit, hit that like button right now and subscribe. The next video is on screen right now. We are counting down the 12 things Aldi will never tell seniors, including the timing secrets, the quality stories, and the partnership insight that transforms every ordinary Aldi trip into something the average shopper has never experienced. You will not want to miss a single one.